What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Opera Anna. My name is Anna. I am an opera singer and I am here to opera up your life. So today I'm back with a video that I promised actually a really long time ago when I did opera and movies, when we were looking at opera in the mainstream. Hashtag opera in the mainstream. But today it's opera in cartoons. Now, let me just preface this by saying that there are a ton of classical music and opera references in cartoons. But just like a fine wine, I have picked only the best opera grapes for you today.
Stop it. Get some help.
So we're looking at 4 different examples of opera and cartoons. It's gonna be so fun. I hope some of you have seen them before, so you're not like totally in the middle of nowhere thinking like, this girl just spent a lot of time looking at opera and cartoons and I have no idea what she's talking about. If you're not subscribed yet, make sure to scroll down and do it now. Hit the notification bell so that you don't miss anything. Videos are released every 2 weeks, and missing one would be even more tragic than Tosca's death. And if you do not understand that reference, then you should probably click right here, Opera Up Your Life. We've got 4 cartoons to get through today, so let's get started. There's just no one, and the whole day is just waiting for you. I'm just like, ah! So much fun. So let's start out with the most obvious cartoon in my mind, at least, given that I grew up on a cartoon diet of Bugs Bunny and SpongeBob. The cartoon is called What's Opera Doc from the Looney Tunes. It is such an iconic cartoon in the repertoire. There have literally been essays written on this cartoon, and it was even inducted into the United States Library of Congress in their National Film Registry, which had never happened before, ever. A cartoon, Bugs Bunny. Now, if you're a Bugs Bunny fan and you're like, Opera Anna, I have no idea what you're talking about, then maybe you know it as the Kill the Wabbit cartoon. Kill the wabbit, kill the wabbit. The basis for this 7-minute cartoon is all Wagner opera. Warner Brothers took from the Flying Dutchman, the Walküre, Siegfried, multiple excerpts from Tannhäuser, and Rienzi. That's 5 different Wagner operas that are just stuffed into this one 7-minute cartoon, and it's so epic. Obviously, there are sound effects added to make the lightning and the thunder, and in a second, Elmer Fudd's movements more pronounced, but all of the music is taken from the first few minutes of the overture of The Flying Dutchman. Until we get to the famous Kill the Wabbit scene, which is lifted straight from Die Walküre. We also talked about this piece in the operas and movie episode that I did, which I will link right here. It's just such an iconic piece in itself, and it's not possible to talk about Wagner without bringing up Die Walküre. It's just not. Fight me on it. Come at me.
Kill the wabbit, kill the wabbit, kill the wabbit. Kill the wabbit? Yoho-toho, yoho-toho, yoho-toho.
So the Hoyo-toho, or the Yoho-toho, as Elmer Fudd puts it, is Brunhilde's battle cry as we're introduced to the Walküre sisters in the opera. So I guess it kind of makes sense in this context. I mean, he's going into battle to kill the wabbit, so yes. And if you've ever wondered why people associate opera with the fat lady with the horns, or it's not over until the fat lady sings, that really famous saying, it's the Walküre, and you'll see why even more in a second. We've heard excerpts from The Flying Dutchman, Die Walküre, and now as Bugs Bunny starts to sing, we hear Siegfried's horn call from the opera Siegfried.
O mighty warrior of great fighting stock, might I inquire to ask if what's up, Doc?
Favorite cartoon ever. Oh my god. Now, since we've had 2 of the 4, I think it's important to note that both the Walküre and the opera being referenced here, Siegfried, are part of a 4-opera long cycle called Der Ring des Nibelungen, or The Ring of the Nibelung, or just The Ring, to make it easy. The Ring cycle. But this is all part of a much larger story that would take way too long to talk about right now. But if you want to know more about Wagner or the Ring cycle, then just leave a comment letting me know. You can say something like Wagner or Ring cycle, or that sounds a lot like Lord of the Rings. Yes.
All right, then. Keep your secrets.
Oh my god. So now we've come to Tannhäuser, again, based on German legends revolving around different types of love and redemption and the struggle between them.
Oh, Brunhilde, you're so far away.
Yes, I know it. I can't help it.
Oh, Brunhilde.
Okay, so I think it's pretty funny that Bugs Bunny now represents Brunhilde instead of Elmer Fudd. Singing the Hoyo Toho just a few minutes ago. The helmet and the horns and the braids. I told you it was going to come up again. First, we see Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd like fall in love. And before we know what's happening, Bugs's helmet hat thing falls off. And it turns out that he's not the girl of Elmer Fudd's dreams.
Oh, my love is
Elmer would probably be Siegfried in this case, given that in the original story, he is the only one to win Brunhilde's love. But unfortunately, he actually seduces her not for himself, but for someone else. And when she finds out, oh my god, she goes off on him, you guys. As any rational thinking woman would, and she gets revenge. But I guess that would have made less sense in the context of this cartoon, so here it's switched with Elmer Fudd being the one to call upon the lightning and the thunder to tear apart the mountains that Bugs Bunny is hiding in, again to the theme of the Flying Dutchman, and we see the results of this power with Bugs lying lifeless on a rock. And this flower reference is probably lost on most everyone, but extreme kudos to Chuck Jones and his team, because this flower, this dripping liquid, refers to when Loki, a Norse god who was a huge trickster, was punished for causing the death of another god, sentenced to laid out on a rock with snake venom dripping on his face as punishment. Bugs Bunny's being punished for trying to trick Elmer Fudd, maybe? It fits in perfectly to the story. It's just so great. Obviously, it's not the story of The Ring or even any of the single operas that Wagner wrote, but it's ingenious and it's just amazing that it's all based on opera. Obsessed. 10 out of 10. Now that I've rambled on for like 18 pages,
Front and back!
let's move on to our second example. This one is from Tom and Jerry. And fun fact, my cats were named Tom and Jerry growing up, so I'm definitely a fan. Okay, so while this is part of the overture from Carmen, as it says on Tom's score, very big block letters, they only play a few seconds of it before they switch into something else, as it changes according to what Tom is conducting, as Jerry changes it on the page. I don't really think that I have to say that that's not how that works, but okay. Wow, okay. So now we've moved into the habanera, which, like I said in my last video, super famous. It's being referenced here. That massive trombone sound is a little overkill, but you know, whatever. Also, she's fired because she didn't just keep going. You never just stop. I don't care what you see on stage, you never stop. Especially a cute little mouse just clicking his little cymbals. Like, really? I love that they bring in the Toreador elements since that is such a relevant cornerstone of the opera, but this is not his music. This is not the Toreador music. The Toreador music is actually this. But since the actual story here is bullfighting and they're just going for the like feeling of it, they went for the music that is played in the bar when Carmen is waiting for Don Jose. It's a little bit more lively, I guess, than the Toreador song, but like I said, not his music. Still funny though. This one I'll give a 6 out of 10. Okay, so number 3, let's see what we got. Ah, geez. Oh, Lord. Okay, this cartoon was recommended to me by my stepdad, who is Dutch. We didn't have this cartoon in the States, but apparently it's really famous here in the Europe. The cartoon is The Adventures of Tintin, and apparently there was an opera singer, a very famous opera singer in it. Her name is Bianca Castafiore.
Signora, I know our viewers would be overjoyed if you would sing your famous Jowl song from Faust.
Why, yes.
Emergency! Take cover, she's going to sing!
Okay, we're not off to a great start. So after reading up on this cartoon a little, I found out that the creator, Hergé, apparently hated opera because when he was growing up, he had an aunt who used to sing along to different tracks and stuff like that, and he based this character off of how his aunt sang. So I'm not looking forward to this, really. Oh, this is gonna be so painful, you guys. I don't want to do it.
I love to see how lovely I look at this.
God help us. I'm not really sure where to start on this one. For the sake of the vlog, I wish we had more of her singing, but for the sake of anything else, thank God that we don't. The song that she's singing is the Jewel song from Faust by Charles Gounod, translated into English, and then they did whatever this is to it. The character Marguerite has just fallen in love with Faust, and she's admiring the jewels that he gave her in this mirror, hence the Jewel song. Now, obviously, this is a stereotype of an opera singer, and of an opera singer from someone who hates opera. But but for the sake of argument, I guess, let's just compare it to someone who's actually singing it properly and who knows what she's doing. How about Maria Callas? Since the creator from 1950 started basing Bianca Castafiore off of Maria Callas at the height of her career when she was in the news and everything. It's a shame that an entire genre has to get made fun of in what was such a popular comic. Sure, it introduces opera to kids, but if this is what they're seeing, if she's constantly the butt of a joke that's supposed to make people laugh, then they'll probably never want to see an opera either, just like Hergé. So here I am to say, this is not opera. This is not opera. This is not what we sound like. Although imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, so suck it, Hergé. 1 out of 10. Moving on, our final cartoon of the day is from Little Tinker, another one I didn't know at all before this and found it because there's a reference to a Donizetti opera, Lucia di la Marmor. This is hilarious. The original melody of the song that he's singing is actually from a sextet that appears in the second act. When Lucia is about to get married to Arturo, but her secret lover walks in, and in the sextet, everyone expresses either sadness or anger or disappointment or shock at the situation in front of them, since they all know that Lucia would much rather marry the guy that just walked in than the guy who's sitting right next to her. But here, a love song. Sure. The singer's not bad, actually. It seems like they got an actual singer to do this and not whatever was happening with Castafiore. The only thing is I don't know what these words are. I'm not really sure what's going on with these words. They probably changed them to match the actual scenario, which makes sense. But the words "che mi frena in tal momento" mean something much, much different. That's the actual opera where it's in a sextet. This entire opera is fire, by the way. So if you ever get the chance to see it, then you should go. You should take that chance. Little Tinker gets a 4 out of 10 for scenic accuracy, but a 10 out of 10 for taste in music. Well done. So that's it. Those were our 4 operas in cartoons. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Leave me a comment below telling me which one was your favorite or which one you hated the absolute most, because I definitely have the one that I hated the most. And if I missed any, which I absolutely did, it was really hard for me to choose which 4 I was going to show you guys, but I think a part 2 is already in the works as far as I'm concerned. If you're not subscribed yet, then scroll down, do it now, hit the like button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything, and share with your friends so other people can opera up their life. I hope you had a wonderful Sunday. I will see you next time, everybody. Addio.